love my mic back, and my mic loves me. Only true friend. She love the sound of my voice. Put your mics in the air. If you real, if you really spit that real. I'm about to check it out. Assassin, look. When I want competition, I just look in the mirror. Where every word that I'm spitting, then the vision is clearer. Nobody touching what I'm clutching, plus I'm busting it first. Yes, your chest will be a mess by the end of the verse. Your body stretched out like a book on the pavement. People pass by as they look in amazement. Your body leaking your genetics, got you looking so pathetic. No need to call the paramedics, it's too late for anesthetics. Me and my microphone. 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 Coming out the dirty south, show everybody I'm the cleanest. Run your mouth, I send your body to the cleaners. Love my mic, so can't nobody come between us. Won't be nice for anybody wanna see us. Back up a little, just a couple of feet. You don't listen, you'll be missing just a couple of teeth. Hard to buy the rhyme, with no teeth in your mouth. Stepping out of line, then we sweeping them out. Me and my microphone. 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 My mic got jealous when I was talking to my girlfriend. So you know, it's like I'm caught up in a whirl when I'm not about the drama. I don't need that. Started yelling and all I heard was feedback. Said I need to choose, but do it quickly. Use a tool, you fool if you don't pick me. Since she made me choose, you know I left her to pick my microphone up off the dresser. Me and my microphone. 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 Me and my mic been tight since 9-5. She don't wanna go out, she stay at home and vibe. Ain't nothing without her, I doubt she'll understand. Gets upset so I can't make no plans. Wants me to herself, she is so obsessed. When I go to sleep I can't not get no rest. Calling off my phone when I'm gone too long. Says to her, be home, she wants to make a song. Me and my microphone. 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 This microphone, can't wait to get you in my arms and my palms. And when we home alone, it is gonna be on. You make the words to my song sound strong. When I'm with you, baby, I can do no wrong. Can't wait to get you in my arms and my palms. And when we home alone, it is gonna be on. You make the words to my song sound strong. When I'm with you, baby, I can do no wrong. You know I had to do it. I had to take it back. Dedicate this to everybody out there that's doing music. Whether you're getting paid for it or not, it don't even matter. As long as you love it, I know it's gonna love you back. Put your microphones up. Much love to all the rappers that paved the way for people like me. All the producers. Rest in peace to everybody that's dead and gone. That's fast. Keep rapping till I'm dead to get paid for it. Matter of fact, bury me with my microphone. Yeah, I love you too.
Acknowledge me. Society. This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Straight Talk with Trevor, the podcast, where no topic is off limits.
I ain't trying to fuss, but it's a must, you gon' respect this. Plus your nuts will touch the dust, you try to check this. You ain't insane, I write your name down on my checklist. You think I'm playing, I leave you land, I leave you breathless. As human beings instead of being so many tribes. You ain't seen what I have seen in my society.
Hey, I'm just a man with a microphone. What the fuck do I know?
You can acknowledge me.
Straight Talk Sessions live.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your boy Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of the Straight Talk Sessions, the Man Talk Monday edition. Real quick, let me go ahead and bring one of my co-hosts up in the back because we don't really have that much time. Baby girl already let me know I got to get out of here today. What's up, Mike?
Ain't nothing. Almost home.
Okay, you're on your way home. All right, so it's another Monday. That could only mean one thing. It's Man Talk Monday. Not sure where Wayne is. Pretty sure he'll pop up soon though. It's all good. But Wayne, I already emailed you the link, so you could go ahead and jump on when you're ready. So I want to get a couple of things out before we start the show. And I see. Oh yeah, is that Kev? Yeah, let me bring Kev on. What's going on, Kev?
What's up, man? I'm feeling blessed. How about y'all?
It's all good. It's all good. You're just the person I need today for this show that we're gonna do. But first of all, let me get something out of the way real quick. So tomorrow night over on SVDL, we will be doing the face-off. So the conference finals are set. So you got on one side, you got number one debater in the league. I think he's been number one debater the entire season, Rio Nkosi, and he'll be squaring off against Dembele, who had a fantastic debate with MD this Saturday. You haven't checked that out, go check that out. Then on the other side, you got yours truly, Mr. Straight Talk himself. First season in, I already made it to the conference finals. I will be going up against, I want to say 5-season vet, investing out the blue. So regardless of all the shit that I've talked, this is going to be a very, very hard debate. We're going to have our face-off tomorrow. During the face-off is where we'll come up with a debate because we really don't know what we're going to debate yet. But I'm pretty sure we'll come up with a topic tomorrow, whatever it is. So we promise to entertain you, and I have guaranteed a victory because that's just what I do. I am guaranteeing a victory. So speaking of the debate league, I also got some bad, I got a message this morning I didn't want to see. And actually, yeah, so the person I got it from, I didn't know was it true or not, just because I didn't, don't deal with that person. But I went and checked it out anyway, and found out that Yanga is in the hospital. You guys know Yanga. Yanga's been over here. Yanga, powerful debater, but just an even better brother. And he was, me and him were actually supposed to debate in the first round, but something happened where he had to pull out. So he's in the hospital. I did check on him earlier. So I don't know his condition or anything. I mean, he responded back to me, but who knows his condition? I know what happened, but I'm not gonna say what happened naturally. But if you know him, and you listening to this, reach out to him, man. He needs your strength right now and everything. So peace to Yanga, man. We can't wait till you get better. Can't wait to see you back doing your thing. Secondly, lastly, the last thing I say before we get to the show, there seems to be an ongoing thing that we purposely try to, let's say, conjure up drama. Nothing could be further from the truth. Mike has been here with me since day one, and he realizes we don't fabricate. Okay, good. MD just put his AMD, come on the platform real quick if you can.
Is that his cash out?
Yeah, that's his cash app. Put his cash app up there, man. Yeah, he's, like I say, I know what's going on, but I'm not gonna say anything just because if you know him personally, then you hit him up. You know what I mean? But people think that we manufacture things over here, especially on the Man Talk Monday. Man Talk Monday is designed as such. People send me stories. I've said it before. Between Facebook Messenger and Instagram, I have well over, and WhatsApp now, I have well over 200 unread messages. People send me messages. I open them, and whatever catches my eye, then we play it on Man Talk Monday. And it just, and so however my co-host Mike or Wayne or whoever else comes on the panel, however they choose to react to something, that's how they react to something. Man Talk Monday is the flagship show on the Straight Talk Society. So this is my baby. So I wouldn't, hey, what's up, Shaka? So I wouldn't let anything bad happen to this, but we in no way manufacture any drama. That's not, I mean, that's ridiculous. Like what you're getting from Mike, what you get from Wayne, that's genuine. When the women come up here, none of that shit is rehearsed ahead of time. We don't do that. We don't do any of that stuff. You're getting real reactions because a lot of times they don't even know what we're talking about. They don't know what we're going to talk about today. All I told Mike, I was like, we're going to talk about mentorship. He has no idea where I'm going, nothing. Wayne has no idea where I'm going. Kev damn sure has no idea where I'm going. But that's what we do. We just bring, we just, what's up, MD? We bring up stories that people send me and then we react as such. MD.
Hey, what's going on, man? Peace. What's up to the panel?
Hey, man, I want to say again, because I know you was on it and I know y'all was going back and forth Saturday, man. Fantastic debate, man.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. Like I said, bro, I it's out my system, bro. I'm straight, bro. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying?
MD, I know you're not gonna say anything. I know you're not gonna say nothing disparaging. I'm not trying to get you to say nothing disparaging, but based on your reaction just now and based on your reaction Saturday night, you don't think the result was right?
Hell no.
Okay.
It was a farce. It was a farce to me.
Okay.
I keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But it further enlightened me to the negligence of the particular topic, not only to my opponent, but hell to the judges. I ain't got no problem saying that. They didn't even understand what was going on.
The topic.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Burn it all down.
Because I know
It's all good.
Because I know Solar and Angel probably listening in the background, but it's like I felt I never seen you that passionate before. Like I've seen you go up against a bunch of people on panels arguing and stuff like that. I've never seen you. What's that noise in the back? I've never seen you get like that.
I was passionate, bro. Like I said, I was passionate because like I said, when it comes to the topic of individualism, that's something I'm passionate about, right? On top of that, the frustration on the end of my opponent. It got to a point I couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? I was like, look, it's getting ridiculous at this point. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's how I went into it. Then to hear the explanations from the critique of the judges, I was like, man, look, hey, all I can do is throw my hands up at the end of the day. It ain't no slight shot at the league in itself. I love the league. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back next season. But for the all intents and purposes, when it came to this particular topic, nobody, except for me, knew what the hell they was talking about in regards to the topic. Nobody.
Well, Angel seemed to agree with you, though.
He agreed with me from the emphasis of I presented my argument and DeBelle didn't. But even she didn't understand what collectivism is in and of itself as a philosophy. She didn't. I'm just keeping it real.
Okay, so you're saying that even though she agreed with you, she still kind of disagreed with you overall. She just agreed with what the point. Man, it's those titles though, man, because y'all threw in the word philosophy.
And that's important.
Yeah, but the philosophy, see, this is what I thought. I thought the philosophy is where he got you, because when
philosophy did he present?
No, well, when you use, hey, everybody, y'all make sure and go check out that debate, man, because I don't want to just be over here talking about it and y'all haven't seen it. That was a fire ass debate. I think it was the best one of the playoffs. If y'all really want to see MD blow a gasket, go watch that one.
Yeah, I damn sure blew one.
But when he said when he started bringing up the collective philosophy, like when he brought up like what we call partner draws, Mike on the panel, he'll tell you, we Jamaican, we know when he started bringing up the partner draws and showing like how that personally benefits the people collectively, I was like, oh shit. Oh,
right,
shit.
Cool. I'm glad you brought that up.
But you kept, but you did what everybody else, you did what everybody does in that type of debate. And I even said it, like you romanticize Tulsa a lot, but what you didn't do was show where we duplicated Tulsa.
That wasn't the goal of the argument. So going back to what you said, right? When it comes to the putting the money in the pot, how do you implement that into a collective philosophy? How do you do that?
What's up, Angel? Hey, I'm
just asking you a question. That's all. We just shooting the shit.
What do you mean? So everybody puts in however many partners you have every week. They put in a certain amount of money.
I just got 4,400 in my partner.
Yeah. See, Mike, we're Jamaican.
Okay.
We do
stuff. Y'all do that. Y'all do that. Okay, cool.
And so do Indians.
How do you implement that within a collective economic philosophy? Is that a philosophy? Who came up with cornering the terms of that specific philosophy?
Well, MD, give me the title of the debate again.
Shit. Let me off the top of my head. It was
Can we get a recap?
Do black people benefit more from an individual or collective economic philosophy?
I think the philosophy is what got you, Kev.
So in terms of philosophy, I gotta ask you though, because real quick, I'm about to get ready to get off. So in terms of philosophy,
he's 38.
Philosophy in your sense is me just coming up, conjuring something in my mind of what I think this collective economics is, right?
Yeah, you philosophizing, yeah.
So I was just supposed to shoot the shit and not actually give the scholars, the philosophers that made the concept. I wasn't supposed to talk about that at all.
But I'm not saying I disagree with you, but what I'm saying is when you went,
because that's not the concept of collective economics.
When you went to the Tulsa argument, I'm waiting like, all right, MD gonna show us somewhere else that it worked. Because I often ask the question, how come we never duplicated Tulsa? Why haven't we been ever able to duplicate that?
You never heard of Central Park?
Integration is the reason why. What the collective ideology of holding a standard that some white man got. That's why we're not able to do it. And Dembele exuded that all throughout his premise. I ain't say jack shit about no white man. Because I don't care. I'm an individualist.
Real quick, if Angel, if you could drop the link to the debate, man, because I know Kev wants to see it because he hear us talking about it. Again, go over to Solar Vision Debate League and check out the debate from Saturday night. It should be right up to the top because it was, I think, it was that in the review show. Hell, the review show was just as good. Hell, the review show was more heated than the damn debate.
So real quick, Trevor. So you antiquated the whole putting the money in the pot.
Yeah,
and you assume that's a philosophy of collectivism.
Mm-hmm.
What about the stock market?
Everybody doesn't do the stock market though.
Everybody don't do the pots either. What about investment firm?
Well, MD, that was up to you to bring. I'm not saying I disagree with you.
I'm going somewhere with it, bro. I'm going. Don't worry about it. I'm going.
Yeah, it's all the same. But I think what he broke it down on was a more simple level that everybody could understand.
I don't know what he broke down.
Everybody gets money. Everybody puts money in a pot. That's how we've been doing it. That's how black people been doing it for years.
Collectivism. It's not collectivism. I'm sorry, it's not. It just ain't. Not based on the realm of the philosophers who actually came up with it. It's not.
So
I don't give a damn what he said. He talked outside his ass. I'm talking about the philosophers.
See, this is the MD that I like.
That came up with the concept of collectivism. What do they say it is? The hell with what they say it is. That's what you're telling me, right?
So MD, let me ask you a question. Who bigger on your hit list for next season, me or Dembele?
Oh man, Dembele can't, bro. Like Dembele, like I said, bro. I'm seeing a pattern now, bro. Like I said, I got to literally get drunk and shoot the shit in order to succeed in winning a debate with him.
Nah.
I don't know what else to do, bro. I don't know if I'm too technical. I don't know, bro. Because like I said, when I put shit together,
I think the link to the debate, that's Tequila just put the link to the debate in the chat. Yeah, again, it was a tremendous debate. And here's the problem is to see who goes to the championship. So it hurts a little bit more. If it was just a regular ass debate, then
no, it's all like I said, bro. It's all good. Like I said, I love it because I love the discourse in itself. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying?
Angel, but you could always come up. What you mean? Can you come up? Of course you can come up.
Yeah, but I can lead you to the dumbass machine, but I can't make you get in it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, it is what it is. That's why I'm at with it.
So peace, Dr. Mia, peace, Angel, peace, Nene, peace, Tequila, peace to those of you watching in the clouds. Yeah, y'all make sure and hit that like button. I promise we're gonna get to today's show, but you know
I don't want to stop y'all thing, man. You know
nah, you good, man. You good. I hope Blue come up here.
Yeah, you know, I really want to come up here and say, hey, y'all support Yanga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I support Yanga. I put his cash app in. And yeah, man.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully I can get up with him soon. And you know, we can give y'all an update with what's what with him, man. Lift his spirits up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I reached out to him this morning and he you know, he responded back to me, so at least he's up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, so you'll be here Wednesday, right?
On Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I should be good.
Yeah, I need somebody to review this dumbass AEW show because Bones ain't gonna be able to make it.
Oh, well, I don't watch AEW. So
No, I know Mike watched it.
Man, you a whole hater.
All right, MD, man. Yeah, Angel, the link is in the chat. You know, I know can't have
like I said, bro, I ain't trying to cause no strife. I just gave what I believe. I believe I did an excellent job at putting my stuff together. I thought I did a great job in terms of whatever Dembele did. Like, that's him. Like, you know, you can only talk about Andre Iguodala for so long. So I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I honestly don't know what philosophy he even brought. If you even want to make that argument, I don't see what philosophy he brought. Group economics is not a philosophy of collectivism. It's not. So investment is not a product of collectivism.
So MD, do you think the like the capitalism debate just wears thin on people?
I don't think people understand capitalism at all. That's what I think.
This must have been a crazy debate.
No, it was, man. Make sure you go check it out, man. Solar Vision Debate League. And don't forget tomorrow night, baby. Mr. Straight Talk. I'm going to break Blue tomorrow.
All capitalism simply means is private ownership, free market. That's it. Don't mean nothing else. Nowhere in the realm of capitalism do it say that you can't work with nobody else. As a matter of fact, you have to have the capital in order to work with somebody else. You get that through capitalism, which in turn is individualism. Period.
So why do you think black people push against it so much?
Because they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
See, and this is why
they push against it because they look at a low level of collectivism socially through the white man. So they feel they have to do whatever reverse that person is doing from a collective standpoint. So the only goal, the only vision that you got is looking at what this cracker got and trying to emulate that. That's what you set the goalposts off. You know what I'm saying?
See, I like
without looking at your individual self-worth and creating community through that.
MD, look at that comment. Look at that comment in the chat, though.
Well, you don't own nothing. I do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with you.
Dang.
Well, but there you go, right there. You own something. So right then and there, you just put it back on individualism. I think what Dembele was talking about is in the totality.
Where mob? So we talking about mob rule. That's collectivism. Now we getting somewhere, Trevor. Now we getting somewhere. So if he's saying we, who is we? Where does the centralized entity come from? Who rules it? Who controls it? You know who also said we? You know who also said we? Stalin said we too. Who controlled that? Mao Zedong said we. Who controlled that?
Hey, Dr. Mia, he don't mean it like that.
Hugo Chavez said we. Who controlled that? They got money getting swept in the street because it ain't worth a damn.
So MD, why you didn't bring this up though?
Because I did in the opening round. I spelt it out for you. I had philosophy all throughout my opening round.
His comments are funny.
Yeah, MD. Hey, listen, man, I ain't never this is the MD that I like.
We talk about black folk. Let's keep it in the realm of black folk.
That's what we're talking about.
You can't. So in turn, what collectivism is as a philosophy, you can't even give me an example from black folks because we ain't never had no collective black society ever in the realm of what collectivism is. So it's impossible. We've always been individualistic in the terms of this Western world that we live in. Even with the communities that we had, Black Wall Street was not a collective. It was a community of businesses that grew and grew and grew, gave opportunity to other black folks to come in and make money as well.
So
really,
so MD, when you talk about Operation South, what is that?
Individualism. Individualism. Huh?
It is individualism.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the only way you can live and make a living in America is through individualism.
No, but MD,
capitalism.
For when I first met you, though, you were talking about all black people centralizing together.
Power. I ain't say centralized.
Okay, so strictly for political.
Correct.
Political gain.
Correct.
But then wouldn't they have to come together collectively for that?
Well, that's politics. We say economics.
Hey, Cliff, we gonna talk about the mentorship, man. But MD,
let me shut the hell up, man. No,
MD. I don't know if you know how it go over here, but when you rocking out on something, you just rock out. I always could. I could switch. I just want Mike. I don't want Mike to feel like he can't jump in. But I wish y'all would have saw the debate. That's the thing, man. If y'all would have saw the debate Saturday, then you would have seen what we really talking about. Because that debate, they threw down. They threw down like a good UFC fight.
Yeah, man. I don't want to take over the show, but yeah, man. Like when it comes to this particular man, I'll be talking about this shit till next season. So you might get you know what I'm saying. But I was took in the back.
MD was drinking Modelo's and
I was took in the back. I was like, what the hell? But for the sake of the argument, I understood what Solar was saying wholeheartedly. I ain't gonna shit him on that. But he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? He was all the way wrong. Because I didn't say not one thing about no white person in the debate, period. Why are you equating your individual success on the success of someone else? That's not what this is. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you a question, MD. If you believe in individualism and individualism still hasn't gotten black people and a whole anywhere, so why not do it collectively?
Let me ask you, Trevor.
Throughout history,
yeah, go ahead.
Throughout history, you can't show me where black people really succeeded. When I say I'm talking about black people in this country, where they actually succeeded on an individual level. You have your people that made it, but we also, got a bunch of us that's poor and destitute and shit like that.
So let me ask you. You said why we can't do it. Do you know what collectivism is? Like, keep it a buck. Do you truly understand what collectivism is?
I probably don't.
Okay,
now, I mean, the way you keep saying it, I probably don't.
nah, it's all good. So collectivism in and of itself, the philosophy of collectivism in and of itself is the individual being married to the state, not the state being married to the individual like we are here in this country. The state is there to protect our individual freedoms and rights, so on and so forth, right? Whereas in collectivism, you are there to provide for the state. What does the state mean? The state simply means the people. All throughout the annals of history, we have doctrines of collectivism where they say the people, but in reality, the people is the state. Again, I gave you the example: Stalin, Mao Zedong, Hugo Chavez, Cuba. All of that was socialist ideology in the terms of the people, the people's republic, the people's rights. But in actuality, it's the state. You are there to produce for the common good. You are there to sacrifice for the common good. You don't come in a collectivist society with money. It don't work that way. You are there to be the producer to in turn provide for everybody in the state, the people. In a situation where you have money to invest with other people, like-minded people, whether it be a race, investment, whatever, you are already bringing in the capital. Capital equals capitalism. Capitalism equals individuality. It's your own money. You putting in to get something out. You invested in it. I don't have to invest the equal that you invested. But either way, I will get my investment equally from yours. That's capitalism.
So it goes back. So this just sounds like we're going back to the black land argument.
Well, I don't know about that, but you know what I'm saying? Collectivism in and of itself has nothing to do with me investing with you. Ain't got nothing to do with it. I mean, I can't make that like more clear than like I thought I already did.
You know what I'm.
He said economics 100 times in the debate. That's not collectivism.
You know what I'm glad about though. What's up, St. Louis? You know what I'm glad about, MD? Like you showing some real passion though. You ain't just,
Well, because I'm passionate about being an individualist. You know what I'm saying?
But I love this. Like you're not just being the all shucks go along to get along. Like you really acting like you give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I give a damn about my own individual right. So like I said earlier, it just opened my eyes to the fact where now I got to be like, at the end of the day, I got to be like the hell with black folk, because they'll never understand that when you were set free here in this country, you were set free based off your inalienable individual rights. Period. That's it. I can't say it no more clear. And in a way, that's why y'all have a better sense of duty as far as the work that y'all put in here. I'm talking about black immigrants.
Oh yeah,
because
let's do the immigrant talk, baby.
Because when y'all get here, y'all understand the sense of duty when it comes to individual economic freedom. Y'all get it. Because y'all get here, y'all be like, oh shit, it's sweet. And y'all work together based off the money that y'all incur individual.
So MD, you're not a black nationalist, are you?
I mean, I look at black nationalism different. I look at black nationalism as us as black folks. The political literacy has to be there in order to understand that we're black. The nationality is American. We're fighting for our nationality as American citizens here, being black. That's how I look at it.
The reason why I asked you that is because I got a perfect debate for me and you. Just based on our past conversations, do you think black immigrants pose a threat to your black nationalism?
No.
Ah, fuck! I thought you was gonna bite on it.
No, I don't. Because like I said, when I look at black nationalism, I look at the nationalism being American. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, y'all coming here as naturalized United States, hell, y'all with me at the end of the day. Whether I look at it from a equity sense or not, you know what I'm saying? Now the illegals, on the other hand, that's a whole different story.
All right, so MD, we're gonna do this because we've been up here 35 minutes.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
No, but here we go. When you welcome to come over whenever you want, man. So I love having these conversations with you. Hell, me and you had a 45-minute conversation on immigration, but you know, I got my other panelists up here, and this goes out to anybody. If you want to come up here and have this type of conversation with me uninterrupted, bomb, there you go. You see it just happen. There's no issues. Everybody's welcome. So I don't know if you want to chill out, or because I know Angel said she wanted to come up and say something.
Yeah, I'm finna eat real quick, man. I'm listening in though, bro. Like if I feel compelled, I'll pop back up.
All right.
But I appreciate it though, man. Like I said, Yanga Cash App, I put it in the chat. So
yeah, Yanga and Nini, if you watching, go ahead and make a ticker or something so it can run across the bottom. So yeah, Nini said it was a great comment. Yeah, that was I told y'all, regardless of what I feel about the other guy, MD was a guy I always rock with, MD and Yanga, because MD, to me and MD came in this thing disagreeing. So we always had great conversations. So Angel, let me put the link back in the chat if you want to come up. Anybody else want to come up? Bill, feel free. We are talking about mentorship in the Black community tonight, but this is just as great. Mike, what you got, man? I know you ain't used to being quiet for this long. What's up?
No, I honestly wanted to get at him a little bit, but that it would have just been like having the debate over, because I
could call him back.
No, we ain't doing.
I could call him back up.
All I'm saying is it's difficult, because you know how I started on this podcast thing, but the thing I said that pissed everybody off, and he kind of reiterated what I said, because there is collectivism works, but there has to be a unity, and there is none. So, but it also can't work on the side he wants, where he wants to be individual, but you're in a country that sees you as less than, no matter how much you consider yourself to be whatever it is you consider yourself. I'm a strong this, I'm a black man, this, cool. This country sees you as some little secondary thing to deal with, unless you're Jay-Z, or unless you can dance, or unless you can make a song, or you're good at shooting movies. Like, that's it. So I understand wanting to be an individual and wanting to hold yourself to a standard of being an American, but sad to say you're not, because like the old joke was back in the day, there's a reason that they don't take black hostages, because the country don't give a fuck about you. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
What about Brittany
You
Griner?
know it. What is that?
What about Brittany Griner? What about Brittany Griner?
Oh, jeez,
Man, that was PR. That had, and look how long it took. You think if she was white, it would have took that long?
Maybe if Trump was in office, I don't know. We got back A$AP Rocky.
MD, come back up, man. Might want that smoke with you.
I want no smoke, sir. I just disagree.
Said, listen, we got a topic, but I could always push this topic back, because the reason I even wanted to do this topic, first of all, before peace, Angel, I'm gonna let you go real quick. But the reason why I wanted to do this topic is because we are in the month of Father's Day, and I wanted to kind of skew the conversation to a whole nother direction than what we normally do. And based on something that happened last Wednesday is what really made me want to do this. But hell, if y'all want to have this conversation, ding, let's do it. So MD, you listening back when you done eating, come back up, man. You know Mike ready for that. You know Mike will argue with you for 4 hours straight. I ain't got 4 hours, but y'all can get it. What's up, Angel?
Hey, peace, Trevor. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Peace, wow. Mike and Kevin.
How you doing, my dear?
I'm good. And peace to the queen of the society, beautiful Nini. I always got to say peace to her when I say peace to Trevor.
Smart lady.
Yes. So I just, I'm not going to stay. And I purposely did not want to come up when MD was up here. I love you, MD, but I was not trying to come up when he was, because I'm going to tell you this. I have seen a lot in Solar Vision Debate League. The one thing I have not seen yet, MD gave me for the first time, was the debater going in on the judge that voted for him, saying that the judge that voted for him don't know what they're talking about. Like, damn, I know what it's like though, MD. You'll be all right. You know, what you bring to the league is great. They all gonna be like ready for you. Everybody gonna want you to be their first debate next season because of the, controversy that you bring. But I just want to say this real quick. So yes, it was a very fun post-debate show. Primarily for me, I wasn't there to critique and break down MD's argument for him. this is what Solar and I actually do when the debates are over. We go back and forth. We love to have our little heated conversations. So we just brought it on the live, and it was really fun. We were having fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, and I think this is what sets me apart as a judge, as opposed to past judges that had other interests in the league. I understand fully well what collectivism is. I study the topics very well, and I'm a fully grown woman. I'm older than MD. I've lived a lot. I've started my own businesses. I'm successful in my career, and I know what the word means. I'm not going to go up there on a post debate show touting it. What I said was what made me give him the win. And the one thing that MD doesn't understand that I do is when he tied collectivism to socialism, capitalism to individualism, I knew that he was going to have a hard time. Unfortunately, the topic was, do Black people benefit from a individual or collective philosophy? He would have did very well giving examples and proving why an individual philosophy works best. That's all he had to do. And I will say the one example that he gave that nobody can really challenge was the brother that has the supermarket here in Philly, where I live. I know where that supermarket is. It's in a housing authority. It's an outlet supermarket. Okay, this Black man, sole proprietor, opened that business. He employs Black people as a result, and he feeds the Black community as a result. So that is a prime example of how Black people as a whole benefit on an individual level. That's what it was. So all the extra, when I was saying the philosophy as it pertains to ideals, wasn't necessary. He put himself in the lion's den when he did that. Philosophy for me was, give me the ideals, but I need real examples. And he gave more of them. So that's why he won.
Angel, 1 second. So MD is in the back now.
All
I
right,
don't.
I'm gonna let MD come up and do his thing. I'm gonna step down, but I just wanted to say this real quick. I did speak to Brother Yenger earlier this morning.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so his spirits are very high, but he is, in pain as a result. I don't think Yenger has a problem with us sharing. He did receive third-degree burns on his face, neck, and arms. He's in the hospital currently, and he got those burns trying to save his home. So Solar and I, hopefully tonight, we wanted to put together a stream for him and try to take up a collection, or actually, not us take it up, but have it go straight to his Cash App. And I wanted to do a little tribute. I wanted to do something with his interview when he came in and stuff like that, but I just don't know if we'll have enough time. So if we can't do it tonight, we might do it one day this week when we really can do it right. But yeah, he wants all the positive energy sent his way, healing energy sent his way. And it seems like it's going to be a long road from what he said. And again, I don't believe I'm sharing anything that he wasn't okay with, because he did share it with other parties as well. So yes.
Yeah, I just, I always feel weirded out saying stuff like that. I mean, I knew what happened, but I just, but his Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the ticker, man. So y'all definitely make sure, if you can, to support that brother, man. Yanga's been over here a couple of times, and he always brings that that fire and passion, and plus he's just a fantastic dude. So
yes, and just to everybody who doesn't know Yanga, he is a activist. He does consider himself a Black nationalist, but he's just a decent man and a good friend. And if there's anything that you all can do, because he's not able to work right now, so I'm sure he would appreciate anything. Nothing is too small to look out, for our fellow brothers. So thank you so much, Trevor and Nene, for scrolling him up there. You two are just beautiful people. I really love you both for that. So thank you so much.
No problem. Hey, are the playoffs shaping up to be what you expected it to be?
Oh my gosh, Trevor, when I tell you, I don't think words describe how much I love this debate league. And it's people like you that make me love it even more. Like me and Solar always joke and say, you're really like, this is going to sound funny. You're really like our new baby. You're actually the first debater since the change came. Do you know that? You're the first. You're the first one since we burned the way it was down and decided to rebuild and make it, you know, bigger and better and positive and in a new direction. You're the first debater to sign up since that happened. And we just love what you bring. But yes, come on, you and Blue, and then Rio and then Bella. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
They should be doing a face-off one day this week as well after you and Blue. So yeah,
I know Blue getting tired of my shit now, just constantly.
nah, Blue loves it. Blue sees you and MD as prey. So I'm sure he's loving it. And look at the passion that's come out of Blue. Look, we got our old Blue back.
Yeah,
that last debate. You know what I mean? So yes, it's I just cannot wait, Trevor. I cannot wait to see the outcome of this, and then just what's going to happen in season 6. And I know Mike is talking about joining. I'm excited, Mike. I think your hound session is going to be bonkers. It's going to be
you got to put a time limit on that one.
Some people want.
But okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and step down. Thank you so much. I'll be watching and listening. Peace to everybody.
All right, peace, Angel.
All right, thanks for coming.
Oh shit, what did I just do? I took Wayne off. MD, what's up, Wayne?
Hey, what's going on, man? Sorry for being late, man. I had a meeting today.
No,
just getting out the meeting.
No problem, man.
Peace to everybody on the chat. Peace to everybody on the panel, man.
We ain't even start the show yet. We've been rocking out on some whole other stuff, man. Just how I love it. I love the chaos, man. MD, what you want that smoke with Mike? That's what you came back for?
No, I don't even know what happened, man. I seen Angel. I had went and got my plate and came back. I seen Angel on here. I was like, let me holler at Angel. But then, like, I don't know. I don't even know what just happened.
Nah, she's not gonna, she don't want to be up here with you. Just
okay.
And she don't want to get, she don't want to.
I didn't hear what she said. So
she said that this is the first time she ever heard in history of SVDL that a debater said that the judge that voted for him didn't know what they were talking about.
She went to bat for me, but she went to bat for me based on the argument in the title itself. I provided the better argument, whether she disagreed with it or not. I provided the examples of my given position. The opposition did not. That's why she went to bat for me, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But in the realm of collectivism, she didn't know what she was talking about. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Crazy.
Mike, go ahead and cook him, man. You say you was gonna cook him. Go ahead and cook him.
Hey, I never said I was gonna cook him. You're not gonna start me and Mad Dog arguing. All I said was, sir. First of all, how you doing? You good?
Hey, what's up, man? What's happening?
I'm chilling. All I said was, I feel you on the individualism. I do, but for the country that we live in, it's impossible because we're not seen as individuals in this country. First off, we're not seen as real Americans. Like if you ever read a book from America, they're always like, oh, there was the American guy and then there was the black guy. Like we're always a separate entity. So that's why collectivism is attempted. But I also believe collectivism can't work because black Americans don't have any unity, which I'm not trying to start people who cursed me out last time.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get no argument from me about that.
Right.
But what I'm saying to you is you're using low level ideological collectivism to fight low level ideological collectivism, i.e. racism. That's what I'm telling you. You're using counter racism to fight racism. I don't give a damn about racism. I don't.
And I hear that. I'm not trying to fight. I'm telling you what it is.
That's the collectivism. That's the collectivism that you're using. And it's not based off the money that I make. Or it's not based off the happiness in which the money that I make. I don't know what else you want me to tell you.
Hey, I can choose to be happy in a bowl of slop. That doesn't make it real.
That's individualism.
Okay, and what did I say? I said you're welcome to have that, but if you want to see the black people be something other than just a bunch of people happy with their slop, it has to be more than that.
Well,
it can't just be I'm happy, so fuck the rest of them niggas. It can't just be that. And if that's what it is, cool. But then you ain't black
your level of success on.
What?
Say it again.
What are you basing your level of success on? Or the level of success of the collective? What are you basing that on? Go on. Go on. I ain't got all day. Go on.
You have all day, sir. I'm basing my level. Let's see. You said the level of success.
What are you basing the level of success us as a people? What are you basing that on? Us as a people.
A little higher than white people.
Well, I'll be damned.
Because white people have such a large majority when it comes to population. I think we can do better than them.
Okay, cool. All right. What's your means of in an ideological in an ideal society? What's your means of doing it?
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Yeah, MD, your mic.
Is my mic low?
Yeah, it was good, and then it just went low.
Yeah, it do that sometime, man. I don't know, man. I got to get a new mic.
Because your mic agrees with me.
That's what's up. So, in an ideal society, how is that achieved?
Through both individualism and collectivism.
What is individualism?
Individualism is in the context I'm using it or context you're using it.
Hey, I help. Philosophy mean talking out the side of your ass at this point. So you
philosophy means how I tend to view something. Isn't that it? How you tend to view it doesn't have to be how I tend to view it.
Okay. I got you. Continue.
I'm asking. That was a question.
Let's say you said how you view it.
No, I said philosophy is how we view whatever we're talking about. It's not going to be the same.
If nothing comes out of your philosophy, you're talking out your ass. But continue.
Okay, so what's coming out of your individualism other than you saying you're happy?
Capitalism coming out of my individualism. You use it every day, as do I.
I agree, Nene. This MD is on fire, man.
We use socialism every day too. So does that mean
a certain aspect? That means that philosophy sprouted something. You're absolutely right.
The collectivism that we were talking about earlier sprouted something as well.
It sprouted capitalism. Continue. How do we achieve it? Continue.
What do you mean? How do we achieve it? We've already done it. It's the only problem is every time we've done it in this country, it's been destroyed by white people.
I'm asking again. How do we achieve this success that you are using the standard of the white folks on? How do we achieve that?
For step one, there needs to be some sort of unity.
All right, step two.
Step two, then we need to decide how we're going to move as a unit, whether it be financial, whether it be going back to rural times where we barter with each other and we give each other specific, I don't want to say bonuses, but grant each other ways to move within each other and within the community that we can help better ourselves, kind of like how the Asians do in their Chinatown, kind of how like the Haitians do in Little Haiti or whatever. There needs to be something where we help ourselves move up with just ourselves.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. I totally agree. You don't. No, yeah, I totally do. Where do we get the means to barter with each other? How do we obtain that?
You can wake up in the morning and barter with somebody.
In the world we live in today, how do I get the means to barter with you, black man?
Sir, once again, the word barter means to trade. I'm trading with Trevor right now.
Man, come on, man. Let in the realm of economics.
Oh, we're talking about economics. Oh, okay. You weren't specific.
Where am I getting whatever it may be in order to barter with you? Where am I getting it from?
It can be, if we had unity, like I said with step one, it can be invented easily. We're in the social media age. They made Facebook so stupid ass college students could talk and try to get ass. You think the nerdy black people in this world couldn't make up something where we could barter? Where somebody in Idaho, where the Negro in Idaho could trade with the Negro in Miami and get some shit moved off through Amazon or make our own Amazon?
Cool, gotcha. So in order, so you're saying that we need to create something. Is it we need to create something, or do I need to create something in order to barter with what you've created?
Once again,
I'm asking the question.
And I'm trying to answer your question. It needs to be created through us. Every time you speak, all I hear is Ayn Rand. which is fine because I fuck with her a little bit.
Iron Ran the beast.
Okay, I knew you were gonna say that. I fuck with Iron Ran on a certain level myself. If you remember that book Anthem, that's how. No, I'm not gonna use Anthem. Did you read The Fountainhead?
Yeah, of course I did.
Okay. Do you remember how? See, it sounds like I don't want to sound like I'm like a Stalinist or something. But
if you say it, bro, hey, it is what it is.
All I'm saying is,
don't keep your words away from me. Tell me how you feel.
We're
MD, real quick. Listening to this, I I sympathize with you on this, that you didn't get to debate anybody else this season, because listening to you had this conversation with Mike, you would have served real good. I feel like if you would have mixed it up with some of everybody, if you would have got a chance to go at Rio, if you would have debated a Holly or Blue or somebody like that, like you would have been like unstoppable. But I kind of feel like because you just always drew Dembele, it's like you kind of just eased into the position.
Yeah, like I said, bro, it's all good. It's fun to me, man. I you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, I love it, bro. It is what it is.
You know what I think? I think that it's masterful that a person who isn't a debater, who isn't in the league, is standing toe to toe with the person who's a beast in the league with no prep on a topic that he literally just went through with another guy for hours and is holding his own. So I'm gonna give props to myself. Fuck the rest of y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hell, at least you learned it in the topic. Hell, Dembele wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Mike, because we know what you want. Hold on.
Real G shit. I deserve about 4 of those, but I ain't even gonna hold myself to that. You know what I'm saying? I wake up fire every day. I wake up hearing that shit in my mind, so I'm good.
But like I'm saying, Trevor, it's all good, man. You know, I'm just playing a role at the end of the day, bro. I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta be Mr. Moneybags nigga, I'll be that. You know what I'm saying? And I'll play the role well. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, like the way the debate went, the results of the debate, and it's not the fact that I lost. It's the reasoning behind why I lost. When Angel clearly gave the parameters of why she chose me, and then listening to Solar, I said, "Good God Almighty!"
Yeah, I don't know if Solar's at work. I'd love Solar to come up here, but he might be at work or something like that. But
Nene is a hater as usual.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I just feel like I thought maybe it would have been a chance, and me and you, how great it would have been, and me and you would have had to end up in the championship somehow. Like that would have been crazy.
Nah, yeah, it's straight, bro. Like I said, hey, bro, I'll be rooting for you. Like you'll be the first rookie to win the championship. You know, if it comes to that, my rookie of the year award will suffice. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now I've been thinking about this now. If I make it to the championship, they might have to reconsider that rookie of the year.
Hey, bro, it's closed, bro.
Listen to my reasoning, because Solar said that KOT was the hands down favorite for MVP, but he was not going to give an MVP award to somebody who didn't win a first round debate. KOT lost, so
rookies don't fit that criteria.
Man, I don't know, man. I've been thinking about that shit too.
just chalk it up, bro. Just chalk it up.
It's all good, man. I'll definitely see you Wednesday though. You free to come by.
Yeah. I should be good, man. I'll be in my truck, but I should be good.
All right,
yeah. I appreciate chopping it up with y'all, man.
I love this passion from you. Must be on the Modelo's again.
Nah, man. I'm just chilling, man. I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? I ain't on the Modelo. I was on the Modelo that night though. I was definitely on. I had to keep backing them down, listening to Dembele. I had to. Shit.
I wish Dembele could come over here so Mike could hear Dembele and see what he about. But
yeah, I'm knocking them some bitches back.
He over in England, so he probably knocked out sleep right now. I don't know how they time go. Yeah, man. But Pete. Oh, so now you done got Dr. Mia hyped up now. Dr. Mia, individualistic culture teaches that people are responsible for themselves first. The orientation, value, uniqueness, and achievement.
I totally 100% agree. I agree.
So y'all in agreement there.
But the achievements can come as gifts to others via the creation of our minds, the creation of what we build, the creation of our industry. And by default, it helps the community. By default.
Wayne, you got anything to chime in on this? Because you've been quiet.
No, I'm loving the conversation, man. Y'all go right ahead. Yeah.
Hey, Kev, you got anything to chime in?
Check this out. In collectivism, there is no achievement. There is no creativity. There is no manifestation of destiny in collectivism. Because you live for the group in itself. That's
read the screen. Collectivist culture teaches group values and that people should privilege the needs of the group.
What is a group value? What the hell is that?
Yo, I swear, listen to you talk. It's like I'm reading Anthem again.
Bro, hey, whichever one, Anthem, Fountainhead, whichever one you want.
Anthem was the first one I ever read.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody thought I was crazy walking around high school with the Fountainhead in my hand.
Hey, that's a dope book, man. It's a dope book. It
is. Best book I've ever read.
And it's tied into a story in itself. It's dope. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
But hey, but the philosophy there was in and of itself. See how I did that?
I did. You are hilarious, kind sir.
So yeah, man, I like I said, bro, I can't. Ain't nothing else that I can say. I mean, I tried. You know what I'm saying? I tried.
Yeah, I would have loved to see you in Rio, man. That would have been great.
I tried. You know.
Damn.
But see, with Dembele, I had to drink the debate Dembele. I had to drink with Rio. Like he talks so fast and smooth. I probably have to snort a line or something to debate him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rio's slick, boy. Rio, hey, I know firsthand, boy. Rio ain't nothing to mess with.
just to keep up with his ass. You know what I mean? Man.
When
do a speedball or something.
Yeah, when Rio be talking about watch this now, you be like, oh shit. Yeah,
but yeah, it's all good, man. But like I said, I'm gonna let y'all. It's our win, bro.
Yeah. MD done came over here.
My food getting cold and everything, bro. It's straight, bro. It's straight, bro. I appreciate talking to y'all. Hey, shout out to Mike, man. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to the rest of the panel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No doubt.
I appreciate it, bro.
No problem, man.
All right, so we are hour in the Man Talk Monday, and hell, that was fantastic. Try to tell you, we could pivot on the dime right here. It's always live. So let's get into what I wanted to talk about this week. The need for mentorship in the Black community. And the reason I thought about this is twofold. I'm finally going to get to it, everybody. Stephen A. Smith was on the Rich Eisen show, and he said that a group of people within the NBA, like higher ups and stuff, don't believe that Ja Morant, they're worried that he'll be alive, you know, that he may not be alive in 5 years. So I tied all that in, and then to what I saw last week, which I'll bring up soon. So first of all, what's your thoughts on Ja Morant and what's going on with him, and what do you think the punishment is going to be that gets levied on him? Because Silver say he's going to punish him after the finals. Go ahead, Wayne. Let's start with Wayne. Wayne been quiet for a while.
Oh yeah, man. It was unfortunate. I think it all kind of stemmed off when him and with Shannon Sharp and his daddy, I think they got into it. Did it start off from that? Did anybody know? I don't remember where it started off
before that, but
from.
It was on before that, but I remember that.
Yeah, so he had the gun before the argument with Shannon Sharp and his father, right? Or no?
Yeah, but
because I remember Shannon Sharp going on the show. Go ahead.
Now him and his little crew do a whole lot of little stupid, you know, nigga shit. And the league was seeing it and they were trying to like ignore it, acting like it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Shannon Sharp thing happened.
Right.
Then the gun thing happened. And when the gun thing happened, it got the gun thing happened first. And then he got away with it. And Shannon started, that's when Shannon started attacking him. It was on some like
that's
real
what,
PR.
Right.
I'm
that guy.
Say it again?
Yeah, because I wasn't it like Shannon Sharp was saying, like, you know, you're not that guy. You grew up in a 2-parent home, you grew up in a different neighborhood and all that, and you
not a gangster.
Yeah. So
your real
to
name
me, it seemed like at that point he so it almost to me from there it looked like he had like almost like a point to prove for some reason. I don't know. To me, when I look at it, it almost came from a point of peer pressure with him. Because I think when Shannon Sharp went out and was like, hey, you're not that guy, you're not that kid, when giving the background and everything on when he was on Undisputed, I think John Morant seemed like he had something to prove, you know what I mean? Because I mean, you know, these athletes, man, some of these athletes growing up, I mean, they idolize hip hop and all that stuff, but a lot of them don't live that life because they always you know, into the sport, doing either working on the sport. So I guess that's what Shannon Sharp was trying to say, and I guess he was trying to prove him wrong. And I think he got a lot of backlash. John Morant got a lot of backlash after that argument with his father and Shannon Sharp too. So it looked like to me it was a lot of peer pressure involved, and of course, environment, man. You know, when you in that type of light, you have to watch your environment. But I also heard too, man, his parents was kind of had some issues as well. I remember one time they said that the mom was at Foot Locker, got into it with one of the Foot Locker workers and called John Morant out there to fight the kid.
Yeah.
And John Morant took him his friends and stuff out there. So I mean, it's just, yeah, he gotta. I think I sum it up to he got to get better people around him. A lot of times these guys be having yes men around them. So I think, you know, going back to what you saying, Trevor, man, I think he need a strong mentor, got to change his environment. Now what I think his punishment should be. I don't think because he didn't shoot anybody. He didn't. You know, I don't think he was. I don't know if the gun was.
Wayne is multiple times waving that gun though.
But okay, fair enough. But did he use it though? Did he use it on anyone, or is it illegal to wave a gun?
And his contract specifically prohibits firearms on NBA property.
Was it on property though, or was it like
the first time it was?
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's the. I don't know if he should get a season. I'll say give him a few games. I don't think he should get suspended for a season. Get him a fine, suspend for a season, try and get him some guys to talk to, get him some older guys in the league to get around him. But I don't think he should get a whole season. I think I heard somebody room by he should get suspended for the whole season next year. I don't think he should face that much.
So Mike, Kev, before you jump, I want to hear with Kev. But Wayne, is this because of who he is? Because he's a superstar? Why you feel this way?
That he shouldn't get the whole year?
Get a whole season. And I'm not saying I disagree with you. No, I disagree with you.
No, yeah. The reason I say he broke. The reason I say that because he didn't use it to harm anyone. So and then again, I do agree if he's going against the contract in the league by having it on the league premises, then he should face a fine and a couple games for that. But the fact that he didn't use it to rob anyone or break a law, I don't think he should get a season. You say he's glamorizing guns and cookie cutters, making believers. Sport. Yeah, no, I agree, but I don't think he should get a year though. I don't think he should get a year. I mean, you can go in. I don't think he should get a year though. I don't think he should spend it for a year. That's just my opinion.
All right, Kev, get in there because I want to ask Wayne something after you and Mike go.
You good, man? Yeah, I'm with Wayne on that one. He's pretty much a product of the culture, which is hip hop culture. So, of course, he's gonna act in a way that he's following his favorite rappers. And I feel like if the NBA has an issue with guns and stuff like that, why are they doing so much to endorse those same rappers that do the same thing that he's pretty much doing on Instagram? So, yeah, I don't think it should be like I guess what do you say? Knocked out for a season?
Yeah, but read that comment read that, and I agree. That's my boy Arthur, but I agree. Brandishing a weapon is illegal. If we did it, we'd be going to jail.
Maybe depends on the state, I guess.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I live in the state of Georgia. It's an open carry state, so I mean, you could walk around with it. You don't even have to have a license almost to even.
Yeah, and I think in Florida they're making it to where you can walk around without a permit. So
yeah. Yeah, we about to be the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, so when you say brandishing a weapon is illegal, I mean, I don't know if that depends on different states. I don't know. I think this is Jack.
Hey, what's wrong with y'all? Are y'all serious?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Dead ass.
Check. Yo, first of all, he's not a gangster. He's not a gangster. Okay? His name is Tremarius or whatever the fuck it is. You're not a gangster, sir. I know gangster. Yo, you want to know something gangsters don't do? Show their gun on Instagram. Gangsters don't do that. I know
Yes,
gangsters. I got gangsters in my. No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. They
What
do.
about
Mike.
they don't.
Yeah, they do, Mike.
Young
What about
Thug ain't no
Gunna?
fucking. You gonna have me mad as fuck. Young Thug is an entertainer. He ain't no fucking gangster. These niggas
He's
is
in
not
jail.
gangsters.
You don't think Young Thug about that life, bro? For real?
There's
You
a
think that's
difference
all
between
music
being
entertainment?
stupid enough to murder and being a gangster. That's the problem with people. People think
It's the
because I
same
can
thing.
shoot somebody that I'm a gangster. That don't make you a gangster. A gangster is a way of moving. A gangster is a way of life. Just being a knucklehead that could pop a gun off is not a gangster. That's not. That's a nigga that can shoot a gun. That's all that is. There's a reason they call niggas shooters.
That's
These niggas, y'all are bugging. This nigga is not a child. It's the same thing I said about drug dealers and niggas ran me down talking about, oh well, he should have this together and that. Yo, you're wrong. You are the face of a multi-billion-dollar society.
We didn't say he was stupid.
$1 corporation. I don't
right,
understand.
and they bring in
how many-
rappers.
Excuse me?
Right, and they bring in rappers. Like they have like little.
Yes,
I don't know what they
yeah,
call them.
exactly. They bring in rappers who are allowed by society to be fucking idiots. There's a reason. There's not 10 rappers walking around with $200 million contracts because they're not fucking. You know what I'm saying? They're
The
fucking
chat
rappers.
loving Mike
Yeah,
tonight.
they're real gangsters, and they go to
No, they're
jail
not. They're
for doing
fucking
this
rappers.
stupid shit.
Gangsters
What
don't
gangsters
get on
do.
TV and talk about gangster shit. That ain't what
Right, they go on
gangsters
Instagram.
do. No, they don't. You
I
see, you being
disagree.
you just trying to get me mad. I ain't fucking with you. You just trying to piss me off. Y'all niggas really, y'all know that's not what gangsters do. He is a child who saw I saw a lifestyle on TV. I want to be like him. No, nigga, you're not a gangster. Go play basketball and shut the fuck up. They gave you a slap on the wrist last time. They gave you a slap on the wrist. You could have lost everything. Anybody with sense would have been like, damn, I almost lost the world. Let me not do this again. This nigga couldn't wait till the playoffs was over. That is yo, how dumb are you?
How
Like,
old is he?
It doesn't matter. He's over the age of
wait,
18.
23, 26,
He's
somewhere.
over the
around there.
age
he's
of
a kid.
18. When I was 17 and I got in trouble, you feel me? I was like, yo, what I just did or what just happened to me, that shit is never happening to me again. And guess what? It ain't never happened. And I ain't had $200 million to fucking lose. You feel me? I don't understand what y'all on. I understand he's young. I understand he's a black man we want to see doing something better with themselves. But he's already doing the thing better. And he wants to run back to the hood. No, every rapper tells you the second I get money, the first thing I do is leave the hood. Every rapper does that. Rappers ain't sitting in the hood waiting on Martin Luther King Boulevard for a nigga to bring a nick up. The fuck is wrong with y'all? You get money to get away from the bullshit. If I won 200 million, if I won 200 million today, I promise you, I'd be doing this podcast from my island.
I get in there real quick, Kev. Oh, go ahead, Wayne. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead. You talking about
Go ahead.
as a 40-something-year-old responsible man. You're talking about an 18, 19-year-old. Okay,
when I went
enough.
to jail as a 17-year-old, got arrested on fucking 29th Avenue in front of niggas I went to school with and over some bullshit. And I told myself, the shit that I was in, I'm never gonna let this happen again. And guess what? I've been in jail once since then, and it was for a traffic ticket that got dropped because it was an overzealous Napoleon ass cop. And the DA apologized to me and gave me my $20 back. That's how much I am not getting in trouble.
Everybody agreeing with you, Mike. I mean, this is crazy.
That's
fine.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not. What I'm saying is, you talking about an 18-year-old kid, right, who has millions of dollars to be playing sports all his life.
No, he like 23. Wayne, 23 or 26.
Well, okay, 20-something still. At a millionaire at 20-something year old, all of them ain't gonna have the consciousness of a 40-year-old man, even with the environment. Because you gotta understand how hip hop has a big influence on these young boys, even in NBA, in sports. I mean, hip hop is idolized everywhere. Again, I've been a coach, bro. These kids, and some of these kids is about that life. They just athletes. They just rather channel that energy into the sport that they're in. And if you are smart enough, or if you have the resources to keep them off the streets, then they won't be there. But don't get it twisted. I ain't saying John Moran is a street kid. I'm not saying he ain't stupid. But at the same time, yes, there are some real live thugs in sports. Don't get it twisted. Just because they're in the sport, they don't think they're about that.
I never said there wasn't, but real life thugs is not going to private school. They're not going to private school like John Moran and his sister did. Real life thugs.
They're being influenced by hip hop culture. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, you got to understand. There are some thugs that's going to private school. You got some kids that are bust out of the hood into a private school, bro. It's just that these kids, some of the kids that. So
once you got some of these trying to better yourself, you are not a thug anymore, sir. If you go to private school, you trying to better yourself, you're not a thug. Them kids that you say you was helping on the basketball team, that's trying to find a better way out, they not thugs. They're intelligent people who are trying to find a better way. A thug knows what the fuck they are, and they in their thug mentality. Look at Tupac. Tupac wasn't no gangster, but was he a thug? Yeah. Tupac went to fucking finishing school and went to performing arts, but that nigga locked his life into being a fucking thug. That's what he want. That is what a thug is. Going to basketball practice every day, and you're honing your craft. Miss me with that thug life bullshit.
All right, let Wayne get in there, Mike.
What I'm saying is, I think we not understanding. So what I'm saying is that there are kids who's in college, who's in the league, that are thugs. They are just not focused on being out there in the streets. They're channeling that energy into sports, and they have to stay focused. But some of them are about that life. Real talk. I'm telling you. There are some players, just because they're in the league, that don't mean they are not about that life, bro. Why you think you get some of these guys that done been in jail? Like you get some guys, I can't think of a name off top, but I mean, you get some of these guys affiliated with gangs still that in sports that you wouldn't know. Some of these kids are affiliated with gangs that you wouldn't even know, but they just channel that energy into their craft. They got mentors. They got mentors around them. If they didn't have that, bro, I had kids in my program where, man, if I wasn't on him, if I wasn't working with his father or his mother, his teachers, that kid would easily be in the streets. And he's about that life on the field. He ain't nothing to fuck around with in school or nothing, but he is just channeling his energy into his craft. But that doesn't make that he's not about that life.
Okay, Wayne, hold on, Mike, hold on. Wayne, hold that thought, because I got to get into this mentor talk. Mike, say what you were going to say.
Right.
I said, kind sir, you're mixing up things. About that life and being a thug are totally different things. Being a gangster and being about that life are totally different things. I am about that life. Touch my daughter and see. I am about that life. Touch my daughter, I'll shoot everybody that look like the nigga that touched my daughter. And I ain't no gangster. You feel me? I'm not saying they're not people who could have been gangsters in the NFL. I'm not saying there's not people. I'm saying when you make that choice to be a better person, you are no longer a thug. You are leaving that life behind. Thug is the last ditch effort of the nigga from the hood and ain't got nothing. When them little kids you mentor,
the act of it.
That choice to be better, they're not thugs. They are young men trying to better themselves. Thug life is the shit that you accept.
All right. Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead,
this,
Trev.
I don't know what the hell happened today.
It's
This
the
bitch done
semantics,
turned into a
Douglas.
this bitch done turned into a debate war zone today.
Just
No,
saying,
no, go get
about
your
that
shit,
life
man.
mean I'll put you in the dirt if I have to. That's what about that life mean. And I'm telling you, I'm not a gangster, I'm not a thug, but I'm about that life, about mine. You fuck with anybody that live near me, anybody that got my blood, I'll kill everybody that look like you. And I'm not a gangster. That's just how my DNA is
So
made.
your definition of a
You know,
gangster is
them
the act. So
bumbuckle out,
you saying
yeah.
the act of it. So you saying the
That's what
act of
about
gang.
that
You
life
saying
mean.
somebody actively in the streets. You saying
A
somebody that's
person that's
actively in
actively
the streets.
that's thug life.
Okay,
Actively in the streets.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Sure.
Okay,
So
okay.
what do you call the
Yeah, I
thugs
see
that
what
are
you're saying.
like
Okay.
on this? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Them niggas on Instagrams are not, oh my God, my G. They
Okay,
not,
what do you
just
call them?
because
Is what I'm
you
trying to
scared
say.
of them, don't make them thugs. I went to school with niggas who had gold teeth and had other niggas trembling. Yo, my whole neighborhood, when we was in middle school, everybody was afraid of Dillard High. Like,
Whoa, okay, hold on.
them gangsters go to Dillard. Them gangsters.
Hold on.
No, I'm talking.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
I'm sorry. They afraid of that high school, and then you go to the high school and you realize it's regular ass niggas. People afraid of everything. People just pussy. That ain't got nothing to do with being a gangster or not.
Okay. So what do you call the Instagram thugs or whatever you call them? What do you call that?
I call that's a bunch of bored ass niggas at home.
Okay. So those bored ass niggas are influencing kids. Just
I
like
agree.
Jim Morant.
I agree.
In the NBA or in college or in high school, whatever. So that's pretty much what I'm saying.
My problem with that is Ja Morant has a mother and a father. And if your mother and father who've been there your whole life, who both have full-time jobs, who got you in private school, who raised you and your sister, if they're not more of an influence than some nigga on Instagram, then the failure starts with them, but it goes to him as well.
Okay, real quick.
Just have some bad parents, so you don't know.
Have you guys I wish I had it in my Instagram feed, but I don't, or else I'd pull it up. If somebody has this video, please send it to me on IG real quick. Have you guys seen the video where happened in Broward where the kid got pulled out of his car and robbed, and then the guy went in the car and just came back and turned around and shot him? I mean, they already robbed him, they already had his car. He literally just turned around and shot him. So if anybody has that video, please send it to me so I could play it. So Wayne, all right, man, it's been a good goddamn Man Talk Monday. So you guys always, Wayne always talking about you work with young boys, you mentor kids. I know you're a football coach. What does mentorship look like?
Man, it's all subjective, but it's really based on the kid that you're working with. Some of them need somebody. I mean, some of them need guidance as far as because of what they got going on at home. I give you an example, right? Here's what mentorship look like. I give you an example. I had a kid who's his grandfather came to sign him up for football. He said, "Hey man, I wanna get him into sports." And he was living with his grandfather, on the right path, doing all the right things. Mother got upset. Mother took him from his grandfather and moved him far away from out of the city, like in Hollywood. And grandfather came to me and said, "Hey man, coach, he got a problem with coming to practice, man. I can't get him." Mother, me and the mother going back and forth about it. And but the kid wanted to be a part of something because with his mother, he's staying in the house all day. He's from school into the house. So what mentorship was, so what I did was to step up and say, okay, how can I get this kid out to practice every day to get him out of that environment? Because his mother wasn't staying in the best environment for him. That's the reason why the grandfather took him. So what I did was I went and picked him up every day. I drove an extra 30 minutes to go and pick this kid up out of my way to bring him to practice, to have him around the camaraderie of the players, to see something different. And then I would talk about him about what's going on in his head, how he's doing in school. Hey man, if you need to call me, because these kids need that. Like a lot of these kids don't have men in their lives.
But so real quick, Wayne,
he needed that. Yeah.
That's not your kid though.
Absolutely, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, but
So what
I felt
business
that I
is it?
had to do that.
What
Go
business
ahead. No, go
is
ahead.
it of yours to give a fuck about somebody else's kid?
Yeah, man, because these boys need that. These black boys need that, man. And when you see what I seen for what 15 years in coaching, with these parents, these young boys need that. So I mean, and that's who I am anyway. I've been in mentorship since I was in college. I was in the Big Brother program. So and these boys need that. And you'll be surprised. I got a kid. I wish I could send you the picture, man. I got one of the kids that I mentor. He graduated this year. And I coached him when he was around 12, I want to say 13 years old. He was told when I got the kid, they said, Coach, he can't remember anything. Just put him in one position, which is D line, and just have him go because he can't learn the plays. He don't know how to learn anything. So again, coming back to mentorship, I didn't just throw the kid away, say it ain't my kid. I don't have time for this. I really had a passion for it. So I taught the kid. I used to sit down after practice with this kid, call him, go to his house. We would sit down and go over the playbook, have him ask, hey, here's my number. You got any questions or anything? And then he was a mom. He was like one of the ones, like 5 kids with a single mother. He wouldn't have shoes to go to school. He wouldn't have cleats to play football. Sometimes he wouldn't eat all day and be at practice. I would go take him and get some food and get something to eat. And this kid graduated college this year. You know what I'm saying? Thanked me all the time for being there for him. Even wrote me a note for being there for him. Because these kids, I always said, man, I think in the black community, man, if we can get, if I think mentorship is very almost more important than sometimes with these parents, because a lot of these parents don't have they shit together. They don't have the time to take out with these kids. So I think mentorship is just as important than having just parents, because some of these parents, man, I'm telling you, the stuff I seen, it's ridiculous.
So so I mean, obviously, I heard Kev laugh, but Kev, I'm literally just playing devil's advocate when I ask him those questions, because
Okay.
I 100% agree with what he's saying, which is reason why I wanted to do this show, because Wayne gets a bad rap a lot of times because we know he's Captain Manosphere and things like that, but I think
yeah, I don't care about that, man.
I think a lot of times we lose sight, especially in this show. Like today, we did a show. We talked about collectivism versus individualism. I mean, we talk politics, all type of shit. I think a lot of times we get lost up in the sauce a lot of times. So for this month, definitely I want to focus more on, father driven topics. But I could have easily said the need for black fathers in the community, but that's too easy. So that's why I say mentorship. Mike, what have you ever been a mentor, dealt with a mentor, had your life impacted by one? What? I'll mute yourself if you're talking.
Sorry. I have been a mentor in a kind of messed up kind of way. I've worked for a lot of, I guess they call them bad children organizations. I don't know if I should mention the names because you always get mad at me when I say names.
Yeah, don't say the name.
All right, but 3 levels from the light level. And you know me, I got stories. Like, I've seen some heinous, horrible things happen to kids. And I've had to sit there and I've had my job saved by someone because I was the only person that was doing their kid any justice. Just I think it was maybe 5 months ago, walking through a mall here in the city I live in. I was walking by and I had a kid scream my name out. And I'm an old dude, so I'm like, who the hell calling my name in the mall? It's the first time I've been in the mall in decades. I was trying to get a new hat. And I turned around and I see this dude who I used to sit up till 4 a.m. trying to give him life plans when he was locked up in, I guess, what would be called youth prison. And I'm giving this dude life plans. I'm telling him other things he could be. Try to tell him he could be a nerd if he wanted to, because he would get excited when I would talk about building new computers. I took a picture with him. I almost wanted to, if he was kind of a gangster from call back to the last conversation. So I ain't want to shed no thug tears or nothing. But I was proud. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave him a hug and he was like, hey, Mr. Mike, don't let nobody know, but I fuck with you, bro. I love you, bro. I was like, hey, bro, I appreciate that. For a young man to say that around his other, gun-toting friends, that's not something that's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I felt wonderful about that. I think I've spent the entirety of my life trying to help people. It's all been misunderstood by the majority of people, but being a mentor is not only like, I don't want to say drives my life, but it kind of does, because I heard a woman told me when I was younger, she said, what do you think would make, your world better? And I told her, and she said, are you doing anything about it? And I was like, shit, I'm not. So since then I started talking to people. That's how I'm not even gonna bring him up because Kevin get on my nerves. But then I talked to someone else and she told me I need to be more contagious with the good, the good things and the feelings that I have inside that I don't get to share. So because of that, just because of those two conversations with people who I consider mentors, I give food away. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the hood, sit down and talk with dudes who was literally selling drugs. I've actually taken guns away from guys there's a whole like litany of ways to get weapons in Florida. Like I'll tell you about that off camera, but I learned so much stuff. But I don't know, man. I've tried to be, that lame comment, try to be the change you want to see. I've tried to be it. Oh, wow. What is this? Today is weird.
So Kev, I know you're a younger dude. Have you ever mentored anybody, or have you ever had a mentor impact your life?
Thank you, Moon.
Nah, never. But I could definitely say, I can't say I have a mentor, but there's a couple of personalities online that definitely influence my life. So Mike knows who this is, but there's a guy named Dante Nero. He's a really good dude. He used to be like he's a comedian right now. He used to be an ex-pimp, ex-stripper. But his thing is, yeah, you laugh at that, but yeah, he's a really good dude. His thing is, showing people how to be the best versions of themselves, especially men. And when you grow up in a household that's like very feminine, you kind of like look for like fatherly figures. In my case, I just went online and I found that. But yeah, I do like the idea of mentorship. I think that's something that's needed because every kid wants like a masculine figure in their lives, wherever they can find it. A lot of times it's like in the sports area with their coaches and stuff like that for like lower income people. But yeah, I think it's needed. I think it's something that would help with making sure people are taking accountability for their actions. And I think that's what's not taking place right now is people making other people accountable for their actions. And that's why, cities like Chicago or like Miami is just crazy right now. But yeah, that's my take on that.
So, all right. So I've said this, something happened last week. So we're on the way home. I'm not gonna tell the school, but we're on the way home. And a group of kids, middle school kids. So you have elementary school and you have middle school, which I think this is a problem all in itself. All the schools are clustered together, basically. So you got elementary, middle, and high school. They're all separated by a fence. So I think that's an issue in itself, but that's not this show. So we're at the light, and the crossing guards are letting the kids go across the street. Good mix of boys and girls. Hey, what's up, Venkat? Good mix of boys and girls. And you're in the school zone. You're driving slow. The light takes long. So the older boys, I'm assuming older middle school boys, climbed up on the fence.
Lord.
And I'm like, oh shit, what's about to happen? Now my daughter's in the car now, and my wife was like, oh god, they're about to fight. All of a sudden, two girls just start bumping. They just start fighting. I mean, fighting. But what bothered me so bad was the fact that the grown boys already had their phones out. So that let me know that their way walking across the street, they were already planning it, or they had already had it planned in school. But you got your elementary school kids with you, probably the brothers and sisters of the kids that's fighting, and then you got the grown boys who should be breaking the shit up, videotaping it. So it got to a point where I'm like sitting there, I'm like, well, damn, why aren't the crossing guards doing anything? Like, what the hell's going on? Why aren't these crossing guards doing anything? So I'm unbuckling now. So I'm about to get my big ass out the car and hold somebody up, because I don't want to see kids fighting. I'm tired of the shit. I'm tired of kids fighting on Instagram. I'm tired of kids fighting. You go on Twitter, they always showing these videos of kids fighting. I'm tired of the shit. I know you can't get rid of it, and I know we probably did it in school, not as much as people like to say we did, because we never fought that much. Videotaping it or regardless, I don't give a shit. We didn't do that much. But these kids, two girls are fighting, and you got the boys boosting the shit on. So I'm just frustrated as hell. But two other guys had already gotten out of the car, and they went and broke it up. And I'm really disturbed by this. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, damn. I said, Man Talk Monday, I want to talk about this shit. I mean, we could bag on each other all we want all week. We'll get back to ragging on the women. We will. But we have an issue here, man. Like, yeah, and Zay, I agree. Zay saying crossing guards are old and scared, and then they put you in a position now where you can't break it up, because if you do, the kids will say that you did something to them. And then later on that night, so now I'm just all pissed off, and you can see my whole demeanor change, because again, I don't like to see kids fight, man. I just think fighting is a necessity. Yeah. Zay, we know you the MMA guy. We get it. But two girls don't need to be fighting like animals in the middle of the street. There's never a time where that's okay. Put them in a fucking boxing ring and let them do their thing if they want to have it out like that. And then you got boys videotaping it. I want to say that's probably what bothered me more. So then later on that night, my daughter's school had their talent show. So now I just saw this, and then a few hours later we go to the talent show, and I saw about 40 or 50 elementary school kids put on like the performances of their lives. And I'm just sitting there like, man, look at the parallel. Not even a few hours earlier, I just saw the worst of what we could be. And now here we are a few hours later, I saw the best of what we could be. And I remember somebody, I don't remember who said it, but a famous coach said it, that a pat on the ass, the difference between a pat on the ass and a pat on the back is only 18 inches. And that's why whenever Wayne mentions the whole mentorship thing, a lot of times I'm always like, boy, having fathers are great, but everybody doesn't have the luxury to have a father in the house. I get it. Everybody doesn't have that luxury. But when the father isn't present, somebody has to step forward and be like, you know what? I'm not having this shit in my community. And that's why I love the fact that Wayne, they was even giving you props. Like the fact that Wayne, I asked Wayne, I said, that's not your kid. Why the hell would you care to take care of him? Like, but Wayne sees the potential in somebody. So my question, I say all that to ask that, when do we see the potential? Like, when do we as parents step up? When do we as parents be like, you know what? I'm not going to promote my kids to be fighting. Hell, I'm the guy that wants to get my daughter in the MMA camp this year. But that's to do like structure fighting. That's not to be in the fucking street fighting like a goddamn animal while grown boys are recording it. I got to keep saying that. I got to keep stressing that, because that's what's terrible about it. But how important, you have that happen 2 hours later, you got about 50 kids dancing and singing and doing plays and telling comedy and doing all type of things to entertain us because somebody made a structure. Somebody put a structure together so that these kids could do something productive versus us leaving them to their own devices, and then you see what ends up happening.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, I appreciate it, Goddess, for the compliment. And no, I mean, a lot of times these parents, sometimes, and a lot of times the parents too. What I find out is when I was coaching, a lot of parents they have bad schedules where they're not around the kids. Sometimes the parents are in the house, but they're not as hands on because a lot of times they're working, so they don't have time. I get coach, I don't have time. Uh, But I can get them to practice, but I got to be right to work. A lot of these kids are raising themselves. A lot of these boys are going home to an empty home. You know what I mean? And they're raising themselves. You'll be surprised how many of these boys are raising themselves. I call them latchkey kids. Because when you take them home, they got a key. And I'm talking middle school. I had ages between like I want to say 12 and 14. I had like 7th graders, 8th graders, which is the worst. I mean, I had, because you just talk about middle school. Now, kids fight. That's what I just believe. Kids fight. Kids gonna always fight. But it's the environment. But when you take them kids out of the environment and you because just like Kevin said he had a mentorship. I call it virtual mentors. He had Dante Nero, who I love, by the way. I love Dante Nero. Shout out to him. So yeah, I love Dante Nero. Him and Patrice O'Neal was great friends. I'm a big fan of Patrice O'Neal. So
that's me. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I still listen to their shows. I mean, they had 2 shows they did on Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. But anyway, so these boys, a lot of times, man, it's the environment. So that's why I say I always say, man, I wish that in our culture that we invested more into mentorship programs. I mean, you don't really see a lot of it now. If a lot of these boys want to get mentorship, they get it through sports. If they're not getting it at home, because and then of course a lot of fathers are not around. And then when you don't have fathers around, then moms at work all the time. Like I say, these kids are just raising themselves. They out in the street, moms at work. They then another thing, when these boys get a certain age, their nature, a lot of times they'll boast up to the mother if she's a single parent. So then I get called, coach. I tell you, I give you this quick story. It's Sunday. This is when I was coaching. I'm a head coach now. I'm a head coach. I get a call. It's Sunday. I'm relaxing, watching TV with my family. I get a call from one of my players' mother that my player didn't want to cut his hair. And she said, he's not finna grow his dread. He's not growing these dreads, that mess. She was an island lady. I want to say she was from the Caribbean. So, Caribbean mothers, they don't play. And she was like, he's not getting that dread mess. I'm not. And if he don't cut his hair, I'm not. And I tell him to cut his hair every time. He don't listen. He's not cutting his hair. Again, when boys, a lot of times when they're raised by a single mom, when they get a certain age, they test their mom. They push back. He's not listening to me or nothing. I got up out of my bed. This was a Sunday. I said, put him on the phone. I said, I'm coming to get you. We going to get a haircut. All right, so I went and picked him up. I took him to the barber, a guy named Thomas in Fort Lauderdale, and Tom's a good guy too. And so happened was, Tom. When we went to the barber, it was Tom, it was me, and it was the other few men up under that at his barbershop. And I just kind of told everybody the scenario, and everybody just sat there and just kind of just talked to the guy and just kind of just gave him a little sermon, stuff like the kid. But and he got his haircut. We got his haircut, and mom thanked me for it. So again, that's what I'm saying. Where again, mentorship plays a role in these boys' lives, because even sometimes as single parent, when they're raising these boys get to a certain age, they are not listening to their mothers a lot of times. They give them a hard time, especially if there's no man around.
So I had like 2 pages of notes actually prepared for this show, but I haven't had to look at it one time, which is fine because I rather do it this way. But the Straight Talk Society always come through. Somebody did send me that video that I asked for, but so I wanna read this comment though. I want to read this comment that Nene said. I want to put it back up. And some of those kids at the talent show didn't even have a parent or adult there with them, but because they had a structured place to go, they made the decision to do something productive, which is so true. So I'll say this. My daughter's and Dr. Mia, you must be listening on a delay, because I mean you're talking about the basketball part. I'll say this. My daughter had her award ceremony last week. Was it Friday? So we're at the ceremony, and you know how I am about my daughter, man. That's my heart. I'm like, Mike, if you ever want to see me get upset, just mess with her. Like I mean, there is no questions asked. So we're at the award ceremony, and there's this little kid. He gets his award, but he doesn't look happy. You know what I mean? So they're taking the group picture and everything, and one of the teachers asked, what's going on, and he was like, man, my mom didn't come to see me. Nobody came to see me, and she was home. So I'm like, man, like that shit. Well, even talking about it now, like that shit bothered me, because growing up, like as close as me and my dad are, my dad never came to anything. I remember he only came to one track meet. I ran track in middle school. He came to one track meet, and that was the county. And I felt like it was the greatest thing in the world when he showed up. I played football for a year in high school. He never came. Well, my dad was a great dad, but I just feel like what would have happened, had he been there more, and had I had a mentor, somebody that would have stepped in and filled in the gap and pushed me. But this little kid, this a big little kid, and they build prisons based on his test score. What he'll be. So the fact that he's internalizing this in his head, I'm not saying that his mom was at work. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe he felt the way, but the fact that he could say something like that, and sometimes we'll just be like, oh, that's not it, or he doesn't know what he's talking about. So that teaches him not to vocalize and not to say, how he feels or anything like that. And you know what this little kid did? Like, this shit just tore me up, man. This little kid, quiet little kid, man. He says he plays football, very quiet, man. Just was so hurt that his mom couldn't have been at the thing, and he starts saying how his dad didn't live there, and his dad didn't live in the state and things like that. This little kid got in the corner and start singing Michael Jackson. Like, and I'm just like, I just wanted to get a kid a hug, but because I'm a parent at the school, I'm a parent, you know what I mean? So I'm not just gonna be hugging people's kids and then you don't know. But I just felt like at the time, like, man, this little kid really because he's at that position now where this shit could really make him go left, or he'll be all right. But the unfortunate reality is that we don't know. So I say all that to say this, like, what are we doing? What are we doing to reach out to like those kids? Because we'll all agree we're fantastic parents. That's great. That's great. We're fantastic parents. God's going to bless us for being fantastic parents and whatever. But how do we help somebody else that doesn't have a fantastic parent, or somebody that's just like, he's on the verge of, if you don't save him now, he's going to be robbing you later type shit. Like, how do we bridge that gap? Like, how do we, damn all the bullshit, damn everything else, how do we save that kid? Like the kid that, hey, I'm crying out for help, Nobody's here to help me. Like Wayne, you said it perfectly. There are no mentor. I haven't even heard a big brother, big sister advertisement in years. Like I haven't heard it. But when we were growing up, we had that. I was just telling my wife the other day, Mike knows. Hell, come summertime, Mike, where our parents sending us to the boys club.
Boys club.
And we at the boys club. We at the boys club all friggin' summer with other kids. What are we doing now? Like Dr. Mia is big on this. Like, what do we do for the generation coming up? Because I feel like we're failing them. We are so great as parents on our own. We're great as fathers on our own to our own kids. But like, can't we do a little bit extra for somebody else, or how do we reach out to somebody else and be like, damn, let me here, come with me for a while, or come chill.
Yeah.
But this world is so fucked up, man. Like, even when you try to do shit like that, people always see it as weird and shit. It's like,
you want a real answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. All right. Exactly what you just intimated. It cannot happen. The times are not what they used to be. If a man, when I was real little, the first time I went to Melrose Circle, I got lost. I sat in the middle of the street and I cried until some old dude came up, picked me up, said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I don't know where I'm at." And he drove me around until we found our way back to my house. And I said, "Thank you." My grandmother said, "Thank you." And that was the end of it. Those days, today, that man would be crucified and vilified for kidnapping a child and then trying to drop him off after victimizing him. It is impossible. I can tell you from personal experience, I helped a little girl once. I won't say where. She was in a place she shouldn't have been. In one of those places I said before. I'm helping her. I'm talking to her. I talked to her all night. And just for fear of what we're talking about, I made sure that I was on camera the entire time. I put myself right in front of the camera and I sat there with my hands in my lap. And I talked to this girl for 4 hours. The only time you saw me move is when she was crying on my shirt and I just patted her on the head and put my hand back in my lap. The next day, they were trying to call the police on me. Jeez. And if it weren't for the little girl calling her big brother who had guardianship over her, who was trying to get custody back from the government, I'd be in jail today. And that's just one of a couple of times where I was trying to help somebody and got put in a position like that. Because it's not back in the day. Back in the day, we could go outside and run up the block to 7th Street and go to that park for the school I ain't gonna mention, and we play there all day. Now, I'm afraid to send my daughter to the mailbox. If I can't see her on the ring, I hop up and I run outside like, "Where the hell are you? What you took so?" I yelled at her the other day for taking so long to walk around my truck because I couldn't see her. And in my mind, the dude, he ain't a real person, but he's that dude. He popped up behind my truck automatically and just snatched my baby. The days are over. The best you can do is to try to link yourself to something that's already established and then try to help as much as you can, but don't go too hard, because the second you go too hard, there's going to be someone that says, why he like kids so much? Why he always like being around kids? Why you like to help so much? We got to worry about this one. It's the way of life now, man. Them days are over. That's why I was trying to tell your boy MD that it has to be partially individualism and the collective, because you can only do collective so much until the collective turns on you, and you got to be able to be on your own. I'll shut up.
So Wayne, let me ask you a question. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Ask a question.
You still, I don't want to get too much. You still do the trucking business, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're in a you're in a business where young black boys without much education can make a shit ton of money, because let's face it, truckers are making more money than people with masters and bunch of degrees and shit.
Get that cross country.
What, like, how do you say, okay, I'm gonna take what I know and help? If you ain't got to help 10, but if you can help 5, boy, that's why I wish Inyame would have came back, because Inyame is an electrician, and I asked him this before, like, what do you do to teach? What do you do to teach young kids the trade? Because what you guys do will never go out of business.
Man, I love that segue, and that's a great question. And when I'm talking to young men, and they don't have a degree, and they really don't have any direction, I tell them, go get your CDL. One, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a CDL. I mean, you can go to, it's 2 ways you can get a CDL. You can get a Class B, which is just by going down to the DMV and taking a general knowledge test and the air brakes test. And you can go and work for a sanitation company, starting off at 55, 60,000 a year. Or you can go at your Class A, which is you can go to school like a McFadden or something. I don't know if McFadden still has the truck driving school down there for a lot of them.
Yes.
You could pay, it's around $2,500. And it's $2,500. It's a couple of months, and then boom, you get your CDL Class A, and you can get with a company that hires beginners, and you can still make around 50,000 a year, get the experience, and then go to a better company. You can either add endorsements on that CDL, like tankers, hazmats. It's so many directions going. So yeah, and I tell young men too, with AI taking over as well, a lot of blue collar jobs are going to be. I mean, and I'm always for trades. I mean, I have nothing against degrees. I think degrees are great, but I'm a big push of the trade, because that's something that no one could take away from you. Electrician, plumbing, CDLs, things of that nature. And then you could take that and branch out and have your own business. Go invest and buy your own truck. So yeah, when I'm talking to young man, I was just talking to a young man the other day. That's why I say this is a great segue. And he was kind of asking me about stocks and investing and everything, and what he want to do and what he should do, because he has a high school degree diploma, but he's not in college. He just has a regular job. He's like, man, I want to make more money. What can I do? What can I get into? And I told him, what about, I threw the idea of CDL at him. And we talk about swing trading and things of that nature, how to invest money. So I do push that CDL area, because that is something that you can get into without the big loans, without the years in college, and you can make great money right away. And especially in Atlanta, man, you come to Atlanta is one of the hubs, and I mean there are a lot of great jobs and great careers you can get in Atlanta with CDLs. But to go back, and I also want to go back on that one with that kid, and what Mike was talking about. I think I was out, like, I'm not a, let me say, I'm on the fence with Dr. Umar Johnson, but I do agree with him with his idea of having an all boys school and an all boys program. And even as a coach, I mean, because there's some changes you can make. Not, like you said, not in all the kids, but in some those kids that come in your program, you can structure that program where it's not always about football. Okay. So you could kind of use that. You could use that platform if you're a head coach in those football programs where you got those young men and you have their attention. It doesn't always have to be a football. You could build things around that. Like, for example, I had a jersey ceremony, right? So before the first game of the season, we would not have practice. We'll have the parents. We'll chip in on some pizzas, some drinks, and we gave jerseys out at the beginning of the year. So what I would do is I would have all the coaches, all the kids. We'll either rent out like a small recreation center or something like that, and everybody come in and sit down. And what I would and what I would say, and we'll have each coach come up and talk about what's important about morals, about being respectful. Like you talk about how to handle yourselves in school when you're in the hallways. You see a teammate doing something wrong, hold him accountable, stop him from, from getting into trouble. And I would tell him, listen, when you come up and when you accept this jersey, you're accepting these responsibilities as a player on this team. You're a reflection of this team. You're a reflection of this program. And how, and so when you're coming up here to take, it gives kids you give them assignment, they give them it give them a sense of being belong to something, because these boys want to be a part of something. Because again, like you talk about with that one kid, he felt alone because his mom didn't come, and that's important, man. Like being in that game, being in that coaching field where I was a head coach, and I seen a lot that a lot of coaches didn't see. And a lot of kids didn't see, because I kept it away, because, some of that stuff is very personal. Same story. I had a kid come to me who would cry all the time. His mom would not come to the game. And he kept coming to me. And one day I said, all right, let me call her. I had time. I called her. I say, Mom, what's going on? Why everything okay? This kid, he wants you to go. His name was Isaiah. Isaiah, I want you to come to the games, and saying, I would love for you to be here. I understand if you can't make it to practice, but I would love for you to be here. She said to me, I don't come to the game because I don't understand the game. So again, so even adults need mentors. Let me be honest. Like, what I'm saying, mentorships are adult to men and women. You know what I'm saying? I have a mentor. I'm 43 years old. I have mentors. You know what I'm saying? Still now, But so she said, I don't understand the game. I said, ma'am, that's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about supporting your sons. I said, do you work on Saturdays? No. Do you have to babysit or something like that? She said, no, I don't have nothing going on Saturdays. I'm off on Saturdays. I just don't go to the game because I don't understand football at all. I don't know what they're doing. Unbelievable, right? And no shot up. Just like, okay. So I talked to her. I literally we had a conversation for an hour. That Saturday, she came to that game. That kid had the game of his life. I said, look up in the stands. I went to that kid before we stepped on the field that Saturday. I said, look up in the stands. And I pointed at his mother, and she waved. The smile he had on his face. And that's why I do it. That's why I did. I don't do it anymore because, like I said, I got it. But that's why I did it for 15 years, man. When you see the smile on these kids' face, and that kid went out there and had the game of his life. I mean, the kid got like MVP. The kid just went crazy. He's a quarterback, and he went crazy. But yeah, just going back to the CDL thing, man. Yeah, that's all this stuff is important. I think. Like I said, I'm a big push in the Black community for Black boys school, all boys schools. I think it's one I went and spoke to Piney Grove in Fort Lauderdale. It's a Piney Grove church, but they have an all boys school. I went out there and spoke with them one time, but that's the only all boys school that I know of in Fort Lauderdale. I wish that we can somehow get, I don't know, some type of legislation or something pushed where we
upper room Christian Academy. That is
they got one too.
You know what? No, I just think they separate them. They don't. So you have it's co-ed, but they can't be in the same class.
Oh, okay. So but they have like is it all boys or is it co-ed or what at Piney Grove?
The school is co-ed. Well, what I don't know if it's still open. The school was co-ed. But boys and girls weren't in the same class.
Oh, this upper room.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know Piney Grove. They have one all boys school. That's the only one I know of, and they still have it to this day. So yeah.
So what I did want to say, we hit that 2-hour mark. I'm about to close the show, but what I did want to say is, as you were talking about the CDLs. My dad, you guys hear me talk about my dad all the time. And if I could get him to come on this show sometime this month, I'd be like, nah, because y'all gonna see me get too emotional. Nah, never mind. But
probably not.
But yeah, so my dad, I think my dad dropped out of school, he said, when he was like in 8th grade. or when he was 8. One of the some crazy number like that, because he was in the islands. When his dad died when his dad died when he was 8. So he had to drop out of school to take care of his mom and his brother. Again, too much responsibility on a kid, but different time. So obviously he didn't have any education. So when he came over here, he worked bullshit jobs and things like that. But they were running a program at the time at McFadder. I think it was, he either went to McFadder or Sheridan. I want to say it was McFadder.
Okay.
But so the government would pay, and this was like 25 years ago, the government would pay half of the tuition. He just had to come up with the other half. So he did whatever he could to come up with his half of the tuition. They paid the rest. And within like 6 months, he was on the road, and he's been doing it ever since 2003. And I mean, he's pulling down high 6 figures easily because he drives gas tankers. I mean, he could retire now. He's like, why the hell would I retire? He's like, I got the easiest job in the world. I make so much money. Like, why would I retire? And it's just, so when people see like truckers and shit like that, mechanics, I mean, y'all shitting on the wrong thing. Like, you guys don't understand, these guys, because of what they do, is so specialized. And Wayne said it, man, this whole AI thing, what these guys are doing is so specialized. There's nothing you have in your house that wasn't moved by a truck. So you have to look at it that way. Truck drivers, and now I deal with trucking companies all the time, and I have some trucking companies here telling me that they're paying their because they're in the need for drivers so bad that they're paying their drivers like $2,500 to $5,000 bonuses just to sign on. There's your tuition right there.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like, listen, all right, Kev, what you got to close us out?
We're closing it out.
Yeah, man, 2 hours, man. The shows normally be 2 hours. Last week we went 3, but that was because it was a holiday. We will get your polygamy talk in very
polygamy.
soon.
I want to hear about that. I want to hear your polygamy.
Yeah, we
need to have a conversation because Kevin, I tried to tell him that women have the access to sex and men have the access to relationships, and he refuses to believe me.
That's Wayne.
Because it don't make sense. What he says doesn't make sense.
It makes
Wayne says the same thing.
Women decide who. There's no guys going around saying, I'm not going to give you any dick. And women are going, oh, God, no. What are you? It doesn't exist. But whatever. We'll do that another time.
That's okay. Yeah. We'll save it. That's cap.
Far from cap, sir.
Okay. Let me close it out. So, dang, I had an opinion too, but okay.
No, go ahead. No, say what you got to say.
Okay. So with what Mike was saying earlier about how like times have changed. Yeah, times have changed, but I think, you're still able to be part of the community. You're still able to help people out, especially kids. I just think it depends on the type of community that you're in to where, people are going to look at you weird for helping out a kid. So I think that's the main issue of what you're having at that time. And then, yes, I do think people should have trades. Or at least a certain skill to where they can get jobs and stuff like that. But I don't think that should be the apex of what they do. I think constant knowledge and having your own business is your way of getting out of poverty, because you can put in a lot of work in a certain job, like let's say a truck driving job, but you can't increase well, depending on the job, but you can't increase. She said polygamy. You can't increase how much you make in a sense to match how hard you work. So, for example, if you're in a job where it's like $1,000 an hour or $1,000 for this one truck driving job, you can't do extra work as opposed to someone who has a business to where you can level up past that threshold that you're in, if that makes sense. So so there's that. And then polygamy is a way of the future. I'm gonna get into that later on, but I think a lot of women would benefit from sharing a guy. That's my opinion from there.
Kevin, I want to ask you a quick question. Well,
go ahead.
I want to get your perspective on this. Because that you say that, what you think is more important, business or investing? Because I always ask people that. I just want to know their perspective. I don't have no pushback on it. But since you brought that up, I just wanted to ask.
I would say business, because investing is just in the stock market. If you don't know,
Well, I mean, you can invest in real estate. You can invest in, there's a lot of stuff to invest in as far as. But I just want to know your perspective on that since you brought it up. I think that was a dope.
Oh, that's what you mean.
What you said. I think that's dope. Yeah, I think that's dope what you said.
Yeah, I mean, investing is just having your own job if you're talking about that. But if you're just doing it in the stock market, I think that's a dumb idea because it always goes up and down. There's no guaranteed stuff like that. And
I disagree. I'm a stock guy, but I disagree.
Yeah,
I love swing trading, so I mean, I will push back on the stock market. It's not a bad thing to invest in, especially if you know your stuff.
So do businesses go up and down too.
Exactly. 50% of businesses fail. So
yeah. That's why a lot of people they romanticize owning your own business. I think they romanticize it just for the fact of the clout that it brings, like the status that it brings you. But my dad owned his own truck for a couple of years, and it was like pouring money into a big ass hole. Yeah. But he was a business owner. But when he turned around and just worked for a company that had to take care of all his overhead and taxes and shit like that, he just y'all really interested in this poly conversation. All right, so
I want to get that poly going on.
This what we'll do. This what we'll do. If not next week, because I didn't get through any of my notes today, which is fine. If not next week, then the week after, we'll do the poly conversation. You know what? Yeah, we'll do the poly conversation next week. Next Monday, because the day after Father's Day, I want to do a Father's Day show for Man Talk Monday. so that'll be perfect. So this Monday, y'all tune in, Straight Talk Sessions, Man Talk Monday. We're gonna talk about polygamy. So yeah, Kev, that was all you had to say. And Kev, I gotta tell you, man. You told me you what, 30?
29.
You're very, 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 very intelligent young brother, man. And I appreciate you coming over here. You're great. You're a great addition to the Straight Talk Society, man. I really mean that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll leave it right there.
That's the best thing about you.
Say that again.
I said I like the Haka show that you got, the pick.
Classic.
You feel that's the best thing about you, sir. Other than that, fuck you.
Yeah, this poly conversation going to be very interesting.
Oh, yeah. So now, when you talk about poly, what are we talking about? Having two women at one time?
Yeah, well, just real quick, I'm not against it. You know what? I'm not even going to say I'm not against it. I'm
not against poly either.
Because poly, I'm okay. So when you come, what is it? Palandrius, that's the one where the multiple, where a woman has multiple men. That I'm against. Yep. But
it don't work out.
When you talk about a man with multiple women, because the way that I look at it is nation building. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next week. I ain't gonna bring nothing up. We'll talk about it next week.
Oh yeah, I'll be ready for that.
So yeah, we'll talk about it next week. So Wayne, go and close this.
Nah, man, good talk, man. Everybody, I don't really have too much to say. That's it, man. Great show today. I don't have too much to say, man.
I appreciate you for coming in. Mike, go ahead and give us your final words so I can close them out. Little mama already came in here and telling me it's time to go.
All love, everybody. Big shout out to Yang. I hope you feel better. I ain't got that much money, but you're going to get 50 from your boy tonight. Kevin, way to come through. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Wayne, you know what it is. I'm really confused. I've been getting love today. I don't really know
Yes,
how.
sir. I know God is is that Shaka?
Yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah,
Oh
Shaka
man,
said,
Shaka gave me some oh man. Yeah,
I'm
it's
Oh,
good to
that's
see
be
confused.
real,
you.
man.
I
Like
appreciate it though, Shaka. Appreciate that. And
I feel
peace
like I
to
got
everybody in the chat.
Bundy luck. Like I'm gonna go outside and get hit by a car because too much good luck happening. Like I don't understand.
Nah,
But
don't do that.
that's why I'm staying in the house. But love to all of y'all. I'm gonna go love on my baby. I appreciate you all for coming to our show and showing us love. Holla at your boy.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you guys for coming through.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Kevin, you still suck.
Shit. Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it. Another fantastic conversation. You know what? I got to admit, this may have been one of my favorite ones. We've been streaming since March, and we've done like 4 or 5 Man Talk Mondays. We've done 18 Straight Talk sessions. I want to say this one may be one of my favorite Man Talk Mondays, because we just changed it up so much. Like it showed that, you know, we play the hits a lot over here. And I tell you, we play the hits because you know, as a content creator, you look at what's relevant, and oh shit, I didn't play that video. Crap. And I'll play it next week. And you play the hits accordingly. But appreciate that, Arthur. You play the hits accordingly, but we showed that we aren't just some guys that just, you know, just throw out random shit. Like we could have a really good conversation about anything. So I appreciate the panel for coming on tonight. I thought that was a fantastic conversation, man. I mean, I didn't expect MD to come on. Like I really didn't, because MD comes over here for the Wrestling with Reality. He doesn't come over on the Monday shows. But MD came on and spent a good hour going in rare form, and I loved it. Angel came on the panel. I loved it. Like it was tremendous. Then MD and Michael went at it for a while. Hey, listen, I tell you, it's unpredictable over here. All I say is when you come over here with respect. Anybody wants to have a conversation with anybody on the platform, you could do it, but don't curse anybody out. Don't ever make it personal, and don't bring any drama from any other platform. It's all good. I mean, we had a tremendous conversation, and that's what it is over here. That is what we are creating over here at the Straight Talk Society. So tremendous conversation, man. And I just want to leave you with this. Be the change. I mean, you hear this all the time, man. Just be the change that you want to see in the world. Like me and my family, we're getting into the habit of, like, after big barbecues or big Thanksgiving dinners and stuff like that, you know, you have people take food home and shit like that, and then you have all this food left over, and then you leave it in your fridge for a couple of days and you end up throwing it away. We're getting in the habit now of just boxing it up and going and handing it out to the homeless people. Because I want to teach my daughter, like, everything that we're telling her about being good, we want to show her what it's like to really be good, what it's like to really talk the talk. And I just think, yeah, definitely. Pour Your Heart Out, June 24th. Pour Your Heart Out, the real hood of motherhood. That should be great. I want to see where they go with that. Because in my mind, I'm thinking one thing. But just like the girl, She Just Don't Like You, they took me in a whole nother different direction. So I'm really interested to see where they go. But yeah, definitely, man, just be the change that you want to see, man. I really hope that you guys saw a whole nother side of Wayne that you didn't know. Because he's passionate when it comes to these kids, man. Like, football coaches are thankless jobs. I doubt if they get paid anything, it's probably peanuts. I mean, it's just like with this show. I don't make no money off of this show. I've spent more money. Let's say my mixing board that I use costs more money than I've ever made on this show, and that's podcast included. But I do it because I love it. Like, is so much fun to be able to get behind this mic and stir up the conversations and have people come on and express their opinions, and it opens up a whole nother realm of conversation that you wouldn't have normally had. It's allowing men, is giving men a platform to say what they want to say. It's allowing women to continuously say what they want to say. Hell, I'm doing this show right now in my pajamas. Like, I love it. I love doing this. That's why my song says, man, when I'm behind this microphone, I cannot be touched. So don't ever think that this is a money grab for me and my wife. It's not. Trust me, it's not. It's not. We do want to try to get the channel monetized, but trust me, this is not a money grab at all. Like I said, we've spent more money on equipment. I just bought brand new speakers, and we've spent so much money on this stuff, just because we want to give you top notch. We want to produce a good sounding show. Some people have shows and it sounds like they're doing the show underwater, whereas with us, we want to give you something to look forward to. Like when we have our guests come on, we make sure that everybody's sound is good and things like that, because we want to give you a good quality show. So that's all I'm saying, man. Just be the change that you want to see, man. And when you see these little kids, don't be so quick to just brush them off when they say something's bothering them. Because like that little kid, man, like I swear that when I heard him just say that about his mom, it just hurt me. It hurt me to my core, man, because I'm just looking at him and I'm like, damn, man, this kid could go one or two ways. He's going to either stay on the straight path or he could turn. And it's just, we got to be that change, man. We've done our dirt. We've done what we got to do. Our parents have done what they got to do, man. But we got another generation coming up behind us that needs us. They need us to guide them in the right way. And I think sometimes we aren't doing everything that we should be doing. And I just think we need to do better collectively. Again, if you can, please support Brother Yanga, man. He's in the hospital. If you know him personally, shoot him a message, give him a call, let him know that you're thinking about him, send him positive vibes. His Cash App is running down at the bottom. I know a couple of people from over here at the Straight Talk Society did Cash App him some money. I mean, and I'm pretty sure he appreciates that. I mean, Solar and Angel said that her and Solar are going to put together a show, like a benefit show almost, and we're gonna love on him there. But yeah, that's a good dude, man. Yanga's a good dude, man. I learned a lot from him. Hell, reason I even came up on these platforms was because of him. I wanted to have conversations with him, so when he let me have a conversation with him, I was just like, holy shit. Like I'm talking to Yanga. This is Yanga, you know what I mean? So yeah, if y'all can, man, y'all love on him, man. I reached out to him this morning when I found out, but he is in good spirits, like Angel said. So let's continue to keep him lifted up. Whatever you believe in, man, whoever you draw strength from, continue to keep that brother lifted up. Tomorrow night at 8:00 over on Solar Vision Debate League will be the face off for the conference finals with Blue and myself. That should be very fun because I'm coming full Ric Flair mode. I am coming full over the top Ric Flair mode. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm letting you know from now. The purpose of the face off is just to talk a little shit and come up with a debate topic so we could get this debate in. The winner makes it to the championship. That's as clear as it is. You win and you're in. So you got Blue and myself on one side, and you got Rio and Dembele on the other side. God, I can't wait for that one. But yeah, man, y'all tune into that, man. Season 5, there will be a champion. There will be a champion this year, and why not me? All right, they whine. Producers whining me down. They whining me down. All right. There will be a champion this year, though. And why not me? Why not? It's time to bring a championship to the Straight Talk Society. With that being said, appreciate everybody who came on tonight. Appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Please make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Those of you watching over on Facebook, please come on over to YouTube. I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. Until Wednesday, peace.
And I feel like whenever I'm behind this microphone, I am at my absolute best, and I cannot be touched.
Have you ever danced with the devil? Took a glance at a brother, had a chance to advance. You are not on my level. You are not my equal. I can pose another sequel. Those that do oppose, I will expose and leave you see with the spies in my eye. Recognize me as a legend. Refuse to cry a Johnson.
Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it again. Another banger from yours truly, Mr. Straight Talk.
Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them.